Hello friends, how's you? I hope all are fine and healthy. Welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. Today we will discuss a very important current affair of 22nd of January 2021. You can see two best images of the day, but today we will discuss 14 to 15 very important and most important current affair. So watch the video till last. And guys, I am requesting you that you have to like this video, you have to share as maximum as possible, and you have to subscribe our channel. But before proceeding, I just want to discuss about Affairs Cloud subscription. So many students are commenting that how we can buy 2021 plan of current affairs. So I am telling you all the students that you can buy our Affairs Cloud PDFs only from our application. We launched our application that named as Careers Cloud. Remember, the name of application is not Affairs Cloud. Name of the application is Careers Cloud. You can search on your Google Play Store, and you can directly go to the description box of this video. Under the description box, we put a download link of application. You can directly download from that link. We are providing 1 year subscription, and we are also providing 2 year subscription. It is the first time that we are providing 2 year subscription of the current affair. Now guys, what we are providing under the subscription, we are providing daily wise PDF. In the daily wise PDF section, we are providing two type of PDFs. One is related to theoretical current affairs of particular day. Second is question and answer format of current affairs of particular day. Next is the weekly PDF, very important to revise the current affair on week basis. Next, weekly test, very important to evaluate yourself that how much current affair you can retain for long time period. Next is the monthly PDF, and it is the most important section because we are providing 5 or 6 type of the PDFs according to your convenience. Like first PDF is study PDF. It means all the theoretical current affairs will be provided to you under this PDF. Next is question and answer PDF. It means all the theoretical current affairs will be provided to you in the form of question and answer so that you can revise and retain for long time period. Next is pocket PDF, very important for those students who want to revise the current affair very quickly before your exam. Next is banking, finance and economy PDF. It means very important for those aspirants who are preparing for banking exam. Next is top 100. It means best 100 current affairs will be provided to you of particular month in the form of question and answer so that you can revise again and again. So guys, these all things comes under one subscription, and if you are purchasing 1 year subscription, it means these current affairs will be provided to you every month. And guys, subscription cost is very much low. If you see the price, you will definitely surprise. You have to download this application, but we are providing 10% discount on this minimum price. And if you use this code as 10, then you will get definitely instantly 10% discount. So we are moving to today's section, that is 22nd of January 2021. But you have to like this video, you have to share as maximum as possible, and you have to subscribe our channel. So we are starting with our first section, that is the most important question section. And here is our first question. First question is, Niti Aayog released the second edition of Indian Innovation Index 2020. So you have to remember the main keyword is Indian Innovation Index 2020. Which of the following states topped in the major state category? Because there are 3 categories under this Indian Innovation Index. One is UT category plus Goa. Remember, second is northeasterly states and hilly states. Again, third is the major state category. So in the major state category, there are 17 states. In the UT and Goa category, there are 9 UTs and Goa. And next is the northeasterly and Himalayan state, there are 10. So if you add up, it will become 36, and total are 28 states and 8 UTs. So answer of this question is, because I am talking about major states, so answer of this question is Karnataka. And if you see the list, out of first 5 states, 4 states belongs to South India. You can see here, Niti Aayog released this second edition of Indian Innovation Index, and most important thing here is this report is released by Niti Aayog. Examiner can ask this type of the question also. So on January 20, Niti Aayog virtually released this index, that is Indian Innovation Index, and Karnataka topped the index in the major states category. And who topped in the Union Territory category? That is Delhi. Himachal Pradesh topped in the northeastern and hilly states category. And remember the first states, and even you can remember the second state also. Second state is Maharashtra. Overall, Indian states have achieved an on an average score is 23.4 in the index. Not so much important, but you have to remember totally the index has 32 indicators which are based on the 2 dimensions. One is enablers and second is performance. According to the enablers, they put 5 indicators under this category, and in the performance category, they included 2 type of the indicators. So remember 5 and 2 indicators, and they have sub indicators, but total they are using 32 indicators. And this index is released by Niti Aayog. Who is the currently chairman of Niti Aayog? Always Prime Minister, and currently Prime Minister is Narendra Modi. Who is deputy chairman? Deputy chairman is Dr. Rajiv Kumar. Who is CEO? CEO is Amitabh Kant. Now we are moving to next question. You can also remember the recent related news about any indexes. Like you can also remember, if we are talking about Global Innovation Index, then India's rank is 48th. And this Global Innovation Index is released by WIPO. It means World Intellectual Property Organization. You can also remember this. And remember guys, Bhubaneswar became the first city in the country to get ISO 9001-2015 certification for fecal sludge and septage management services. So remember, it is for the fecal sludge and the septage management, and Bhubaneswar become the first city of the country to get ISO certification. So these two things are important under this recent related news. Now we are moving to second question. Indian Railways renamed Havda Kalka Mail as which name? And remember, it is the one of the oldest running train in India. This is again very important question. And remember, this train is currently running with the name of Havda Kalka Mail. And you have to remember this news because on the 23rd of January, we are celebrating Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose birth anniversary. And it is the 125th birth anniversary, and it is a 1 year long celebration. And recently one committee was formed under the presidency of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And what is the name of this train? Name of this train will be Netaji Express. You can see here, Netaji Express will be name of the train who is currently known as Havda Kalka Mail. You can also see here, it is just to give a tribute to a freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on the 125th anniversary of the Subhash Chandra Bose on the 23rd of January. It means tomorrow we will celebrate the birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. And you have to remember this, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose birth anniversary will be celebrated as Prakram Divas from 2021. It means this is again most important question because in 2021 we are first time celebrating Prakram Divas. Prakram Divas, it means Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose birthday. So you have to remember this also. In the coming days, I will cover this question in the format of question and answer. Remember this. And guys, remember about Indian Railways CEO who was recently appointed as CEO of Indian Railways, that is Suneet Sharma, because VK Yadav recently retired, or you can say the time period of VK Yadav currently over because he was appointed for 1 year. Now Suneet Sharma is appointed. And remember, headquarters is in New Delhi. Moving to next question. The Population Myth, Islam, Family Planning and Politics in India, authored by whom? And guys, remember this book is very important because this book aims to clear the misconceptions about Islam and break the two myths. One is Muslim rate of growth. Second, Muslims are against family planning on a religious ground. This is a misconception in the mind of so many people. So guys, this book will clear this misconception. And this book is written by our former Chief Election Commissioner named as S.Y. Qureshi. So remember, this book is written by S.Y. Qureshi, The Population Myth, Islam, Family Planning and Politics in India. You can also see here, Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, former Chief Election Commissioner, is set to release the new book, that is The Population Myth, Islam, Family Planning and Politics in India. The book looks into the questions about the politicization of demographics in India based on the standard research of S.Y. Qureshi. The book is published by the HarperCollins in India. And remember, this book, this person S.Y. Qureshi, older book known as The Social Marketing for Social Change. It means he highlighted about the social marketing for the concept of the social change. And it has contributed, this book has contributed to the advancement in the field of development communication, especially for the social marketing. And guys, remember this person S.Y. Qureshi is important because he was the former Chief Election Commissioner. Who is currently Chief Election Commissioner? You have to write only in the comment box. You have to give me answer only in the comment box that who is currently Chief Election Commissioner. And guys, remember this book is basically to clear the misconceptions. Remember. Now we are moving to next question. Which state launched Avalokan software as a transparent e-governance tool? And this is a new type of the initiative which is started by the state government, because this software will be used by the state government to monitor and assess data on the sanctions and expenditures incurred by the 39 departments of the state. It means it will create transparency and it will also strengthen the accountability. and name of this state is Karnataka, and this software is inaugurated by Chief Minister of Karnataka, B.S. Yediyurappa. Remember, B.S. Yediyurappa. You can see here Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa launched Avalonkan software. This Avalonkan software or the Avalokan software of the government to monitor and assess data of the sanctions which already provided by the government and expenditures incurred on 1800 programs which are currently running in the state, which have been implemented by the 39 departments, so that you can basically track all the sanctions and expenditure which are incurred by these 39 departments. The software will benefit the policymakers as they can release funds based on the expenditure incurred by the department, that how much funds are used, how much funds are pending, so they can release the funds according to this Avalonkan software. So remember, the name of the software is very important, Avalonkan software, and it is released by Karnataka government. And you already know the Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa, and you can know the Governor of the Karnataka, Vajubhai Vala. And you can also remember the national parks in Karnataka that are very, very important, because there are 6 very important national parks in Karnataka. So you can remember very important Nagarhole National Park, Nagarhole. Kali Tiger Reserve is again very important. Kudremukh is very important. Banerghatta National Park, Bandipur National Park, Dhandeli National Park. So I think I covered all the 6. No, only 6 covered. Dhandeli National Park, Banerghatta, Bandipur, Nagarhole, Kali Tiger Reserve, Kudremukh. Kudremukh is again very famous iron ore mine in the Karnataka. Move to next question. Which country topped in the Global Firepower 2021 military strength ranking? And it is, guys, military strength ranking, and India stands in this ranking on the 4th position. Remember, India's rank is 4th, and which country topped in the military strength ranking by the Global Firepower? And this topped country is USA. Second rank goes to Russia. Third rank goes to China. Remember this. And guys, 4th rank goes to India and 5th rank goes to Japan. It means Japan is currently following India. So you can see here, first rank goes to United States of America. So this Global Firepower Nations Index 2021, India ranked 4, and IT holds a this power index rating of 0.1214. This is basically a number who is judged according to the rank. You can see here 2021 military strength ranking on annually updated list of 138 modern military nations by Defense Analytics website Global Firepower. And India is ranked on 4th with the power index rating of 0.1214, and remember, 0 rating is considered as the perfect, and it means the countries who is close to 0 is perfect countries in the military ranking. And the ranking has been topped by the United States of America. Among the region, the index is topped by Asia. This is again important if the examiner is talking about the region. If the examiner is talking about region, then the continent or the region is Asia, and followed by the Asia Pacific. Third number Middle East, 4th number European Union. But you have to remember Asia is on the top. And military strength ranking, basically it is started in 2006 by Global Firepower, is providing military strength ranking on the basis of over 50 individual factors to determine a nation's power index score. So just remember military strength rank. First topped by USA, second Russia, third China, fourth India, fifth Japan. Moving to next question. Which country test fired Shaheen-3 nuclear capable ballistic missile? It is very important question. Even we are marking under the very important section, and we are doing in the most important because of this country. So remember this. You can mark under the most important also. So Shaheen-3 is basically a missile of Pakistan. So you can see here Pakistan successfully test fired this nuclear capable Shaheen-3 missile, and it is a ballistic missile like BrahMos. You can see here Pakistan test fired this missile, and its range is 2750 km, and it is indigenously developed by Pakistan. This is important, and it is the second time they are doing test of this missile, because first time it was carried in the 2015. And remember about Pakistan, Prime Minister already know Imran Khan, currency is rupee, capital is Islamabad. Move to next question. Recently, which Indian awarded Nelson Mandela World Humanitarian Award? And guys, he was awarded with this award for his dedication and service to humanity. And he is currently a philanthropist and chief of Regional Transport Office, Thane and Konkan region. And name of this person is Ravi Gaikwad. So remember just the name and remember this award. This is the most important thing under this question. Nelson Mandela World Humanitarian Award, that is Ravi Gaikwad. Now we are moving to very important question section, and here is our first question in the very important section. Joe Biden took oath as the dash president of United States of America. This is very overwhelmingly news, but we covered so many times, so it is not so much important in these days because it is already covered in the November month. So remember, Joe Biden took oath as a 46th president of USA. It means Donald Trump was the 45th president of United States of America. And remember, Kamala Harris, who was elected as the vice president of United States of America, was the 49th vice president. 49th vice president, and she is the only woman who elected as the vice president of the United States of America. It means she is the first woman vice president of United States of America. So you can see here 46th president, and Kamala Harris is the 49th vice president. And remember, both belongs to Democratic Party. You can see here 78-year-old Joe Biden become the oldest president in the history of USA. So first question is, he is the oldest president in the history of USA, and he was sworn in by the Chief Justice John Roberts. You have to remember who is the Chief Justice of Supreme Court of USA, that is John Roberts, and he belonged to Democratic political party. This can be asked. Kamala Harris took oath as a 49th vice president, and she is the first woman and first person with South Asian origin to take office of the vice president of the United States of America. And guys, you have to remember this, that Joe Biden won 306 seats and Donald Trump won 232 seats. So remember this, 306 seats won by Joe Biden and 232 seats won by Donald Trump. Now we are moving to next question. Who won the presidency of United Nations Human Rights Council? So it is very important question, and the examiner can ask about the country also. So in options you can see country and the name of the president who belongs to this country. And guys, this organization belongs to United Nations, and it is known as Human Rights Council of the United Nations. Its headquarters is in Geneva, and total member countries are 47. It means total member states are 47. And out of 47, 29 votes goes to Nazhat Shamim Khan of Fiji. Remember, Nazhat Shamim Khan of Fiji. She is currently Fijian ambassador, and the chief diplomat of Fiji is Geneva, won the presidency election of the United Nations Human Rights Council with 29 out of 47 votes. Fiji, you have to remember this, Fiji become the first Pacific Island nation to win the presidency election of the United Nations Human Rights Council. Earlier, this position was with Elizabeth Tichy of Austria. So remember, she was former United Nations Human Rights Council president. And the Bureau of the Council, this United Nations Human Rights Commission or the Council, includes 1 president, 4 vice president and 5 regional groups serve for a period of 1 year in accordance with the rotation of the United Nations Human Rights Council. And where is the headquarters? Geneva, and total member states are 47. So remember this, United Nations Human Rights Council. Move to next question. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu virtually released a book, a textbook of urban planning and geography, authored by whom? This book is very important because it is released by our Vice President Venkaiah Naidu. The book named as A Textbook of Urban Planning and Geography. And who is the author of this book? Author of this book is Dr. Samir Sharma. So answer of this book is Dr. Samir Sharma. You can see here Dr. Samir Sharma, A Textbook of Urban Planning and Geography. It is released by Venkaiah Naidu. And this book bridges the gap between the urban geography and the urban planning ideas of the West and the experience of the Indian cities. It means it will basically attach the Western ideas into the Eastern ideas. The Dr. Samir Sharma is the first mission director of the Smart City Mission Amrut and capacity building of urban development. And what is the full form of Amrut? Amrut means Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation. So moving to next question, Power Grid signed a agreement with which state or UT to improve telecom connectivity in the hilly areas. So guys, it is just to improve the telecom connectivity. It means the communication problem in the hilly area, especially for the remote area of this state or UT. And this state of UT, yes, every student is giving right answer. It means they are reading the current affair from the website, and answer is Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh is the state who signed the agreement with the Power Grid, and they signed with the agreement through the Himachal Electricity Board, and it is for the telecom network. It means for the communication improvement. This agreement with the Himachal Pradesh State Electricity Board to improve the telecom connectivity in the remote and the hilly areas of the state, especially like the Lahaul Spiti area of the Himachal Pradesh. And guys, remember, Power Grid will use 500 kilometers long optical ground wire laid in the Himachal Pradesh State Electricity Board extra high voltage lines on the state to boost the telecom connectivity so that every person can use the mobile phone in any area of the Himachal Pradesh. And guys, it is about the Himachal. Chief Minister Jairam Thakur, Governor is Bandaru Dattatreya, and capital is Shimla and Dharamshala. But you have to remember, in summer it is Shimla because in the winter Shimla is very much snowy. That's why they shifted the winter capital to Dharamshala. Now we are moving to next question. And remember the very important national parks in the Himachal Pradesh, and recently Great Himalayan National Park become the top national park in the survey of the Ministry of Environment. And guys, remember this, Ministry of Environment. So remember this. And guys, you have to remember this, one most important thing, that in the category of the wildlife sanctuary, again the Himachal Pradesh wildlife sanctuary, that is Tirthan wildlife sanctuary, also topped in this index. So you have to remember this. And Great Himalayan National Park, Tirthan wildlife sanctuary, you can also remember very important national park in the Himachal Pradesh, that is Indra Killa National Park. There is a Kheer Ganga National Park. There is a Pin Valley National Park. So these are very important national park, but you have to remember Great Himalayan National Park. This is important. And guys, remember who has introduced the faceless penalty scheme 2021? This is 12th question of the day. Who has introduced this faceless penalty scheme 2021? And it is related to penalty. So Niti Aayog can't move this penalty system, and even Election Commission can't do penalties. So answer of this question either A or either D, and answer of this question is Central Board of Direct Taxes. Remember this. You can see here Central Board of Direct Taxes has introduced the faceless penalty scheme 2021, under which penalty to assessee will be imposed in a digital format, not by face to face. In this regard, there will be a setting up of national faceless penalty centers, regional penalty centers, penalty units, and review units for the execution of the penalty proceedings. Remember this, and it comes under the Income Tax Act of 1961. This is important if you belongs to specially chartered accountant field. The tax department can levy penalties on a taxpayer under various provisions of the Income Tax Act of 1961. This is year is important. And who is currently chairman of CBDT? You have to tell me who is chairman of CBDT. And this is very important, and guys are just very smart and they are answering very much, and the answer is flawless, guys. And who is currently the chairman? Chairman is Modi ji, but it is not Narendra Modi ji, it is Pramod Chandra Modi. It means PC Modi ji. We are moving to next question. Which bank launched Aura, a credit card with affordable health and wellness benefits? It means this bank already tied up with the so many institutions which are related to health sector, so that they can provide so many health benefits to the persons who are basically linked with the Aura credit card. And this Aura credit card is launched by Axis Bank. You can see here this Axis Bank launched this Aura cards, and a credit card exclusively loaded with the affordable health and wellness solutions. And you can see here this Aura credit card is launched by Axis Bank, and they are providing health and wellness benefits according to the individual users. And they are basically starting this type of the provision because of the health and wellness solutions due to the COVID-19. So many people are now aware about health. Card holders will get extra discount on the annual medical checkup and the medicines, and they will also get the so many benefits under the medical checkups. And guys, remember about Axis Bank, it is the third largest private sector bank in India after the ICICI and HDFC, and headquarters in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Tagline is Badhti Ka Naam Zindagi. Who is the MD and CEO? Amitabh Chaudhary. And recent latent news about the card, you have to remember, this is the most important thing. Yes Bank in partnership with the MasterCard, Yes Bank partnership with the MasterCard launched Yes Private Prime credit card for the affluent and ultra high net worth individuals of India. This is specially for the ultra high net worth individuals. And remember about MasterCard, who become the CEO and director or the MD of this MasterCard, that is Michelle Maybach. Ajay Banga now retired. Now Michelle Maybach will be head. Move on to next question. Which payment bank partner with Suryodaya Small Finance Bank Limited to enable its account holders to avail fixed deposit services? This payment bank also tied up with the IndusInd Bank for this fixed deposit services. And answer of this question is Paytm Payment Bank. So answer of this question is Paytm Payment Bank. You can see here Paytm Payment Bank and Suryodaya Small Finance Bank tied up for the fixed deposit services. Now customers have so many options that they have to tied up with the IndusInd Bank and they can tie up with the Suryodaya Small Finance Bank and other financial institutions. So it means this Paytm Payment Bank with the partnership of the Suryodaya Small Finance Bank has become the first payment bank in India to launch the multi-partner FD service, because you have option now, you can choose that from whom you want to take the services of the FD services. So this is important, guys, you have to remember, because this is the first payment bank. Through this service, an account holder can select the partner bank as per their preference, that who is giving you more interest, who is giving you between withdrawal possibility. So this is the main things you have to note down, and remember this is the first payment bank, that is the Paytm Bank. PBBL has recently enabled banking services to Aadhaar by integrating Aadhaar enabled payment system. It means direct benefit transfer will be started. And guys, recent related news about this, and it is again very important. Private sector bank ICICI Bank has introduced a special fixed deposit scheme for senior citizens, and it is called ICICI Bank Golden Years FD. Remember, it is only for the senior citizens. They will get more interest under this fixed deposit. Move on to next question. During the Apex Committee meeting conducted on 15th of January 2021, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh launched which of the following mobile application? And it is specially for this event. And event name is Aero India 21. Remember, event name is Aero India 21, and which state is hosting? Karnataka. Every time Karnataka is hosting, main city is Bengaluru. You can see here, Rajnath Singh ji launched Aero India 21 mobile application. And Defence Minister Rajnath Singh launched this mobile application on the Aero India 2021 in Bengaluru, Karnataka. This mobile application is developed by Event Edge, a fintech organization. The theme of Aero India exhibition, this is important, guys, runway to a billion opportunities. It means this Aero India exhibition is basically full of opportunities. This is the main theme, that is runway to a billion opportunities. This app provides the information on seminar sessions, exhibitors, venue maps, sponsors, and other information related to the Aero India exhibition 2021. It means it is only for the one purpose, that is only for the Aero India exhibition 2021. And remember, one very important news here is Defence Expo 2020 hosted by which state? It is hosted by Uttar Pradesh, and actual city is Lucknow. You have to remember this, and this time it was the 11th edition in 2020. Move on to next section. It is the important question section, and in the important question section, first question is, recently Mata Prasad a senior leader, passed away. Which of the following state for which he served as a governor? Again important, Mata Prasad is very senior leader of Indian National Congress, and he was former governor of Arunachal Pradesh. But he belongs to which state? He belongs to Uttar Pradesh. You can see the picture of Mata Prasad. And he passed away. He was former governor of Arunachal Pradesh. You can see here, he belongs to which state? He belongs to Uttar Pradesh. And he was 8th governor of Arunachal Pradesh from 1993 to 1999. And he was longest serving governor of the Arunachal Pradesh. He was also Minister of Uttar Pradesh in the Congress government from 1988 to 1989. But you have to belong to, if you belongs to Uttar Pradesh, then you have to remember this, that he belongs to Uttar Pradesh. Now we are moving to last section, that is the one-liner important point, and here is the question and here is the answer. PM releases financial assistance around 2691 crore to 6.1 lakh beneficiaries of UP under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana or Prime Minister Awas Yojana Gramin. It means Prime Minister Modi ji released some fund for the beneficiaries of Uttar Pradesh under the Prime Minister Awas Yojana Gramin. And this Yojana or this scheme is started in 2016 on the 1st of April 2016, and its main aim is to provide housing for all by the year of 2022. Remember, the main aim is to provide housing for all by 2022. And what is the target under this scheme? 1.26 crore houses have been built over the country. So remember, 1.26 crore houses have been built over the country. And what is the ratio of the funding? Funding ratio is 60:40. It means 60 belongs to center and 40 belongs to state. Next is 5th India-Singapore Defense Ministry Dialogue held. Recently, India and Vietnam Defense Dialogue held, and India and Vietnam signed so many agreements, like 7 MOU they signed. But now we are talking about which country? We are talking about Singapore. And remember, it is just to strengthen the relation between India and Singapore, especially in the defense sector. And who is the Prime Minister of Singapore? Prime Minister of Singapore is Lee Hsien Loong, remember, and currency is Singapore dollar. Moving to next, number of people facing food insecurity set to double to 265 million in Asia due to pandemic. Because so many Asian countries are poor and they are not so much developed, that's why this problem basically will face by the Asian countries, and the number of people who is facing food insecurity will set to double by the 265 million, and it is due to the pandemic like COVID-19, because so many people are now unemployed. So it is a United Nations report. Don't remember, just see this news and you can write this type of the things anywhere. Next, memorandum of understanding between Department of Skill Development of Jammu and Kashmir and IIT Jammu to increase the skill sets of the students, especially for the Jammu and Kashmir. It means to increase the skill sets of the students so that they can get the employment in Jammu and Kashmir. The MOU was signed between the Department of Skill Development and IIT Jammu. Next, Pakistan test fire Shaheen 3. We already covered this question. And India ranked 4th in the Global Firepower 2021 military strength ranking. This is again very important. India's rank is 4th and top country is USA. Second rank goes to Russia. Third rank goes to China. And India is on 4th and 5th is Japan. It means Japan is behind India. Now, we are coming to the answer of the last day question. Question was the first commercial civilian aircraft developed by India, but it is not the last day question. It is the question of the 20th of January. So remember, it is not the 21st of January question, it is the 20th January question. But I will answer also the 21st January question. But this is the 20th Jan question and answer was Saras. And all the students are right except 1 or 2, because 2 or 3 students basically gave the answer Tejas. But Tejas is wrong, Saras is the right answer. Now we are moving to the question of the day, and question of the day is, what is the name of the book written by Panini? Panini is very famous author of the ancient history, and which book is written by Panini? And Panini basically wrote, I am giving you hint that Panini wrote Sanskrit grammar book, related to Sanskrit grammar book. And answer of this question you have to only give in the comment box. I am requesting you guys, you have to only give in the comment box. I am evaluating all your answers, and when you are answering, you have to like this video. You have to provide us 700 plus like, because it is the only motivation you can provide us. And please subscribe our channel. It is the only thing that you can provide. And guys, you have to press this bell button so that you can receive notification on time. And it is Affairs Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence, and it is only you that you can boost your confidence by yourself by seeing this video and by reading our current affair PDFs. And guys, don't take life so much serious. Life is fun. And always do things which are important for life, not do things which are not important. So thank you guys watching this video. I am requesting you like this video, share this video and subscribe our channel. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.